and tea. The good morning light is here. It's time to start the day. Yeah, it's time to start the day. opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or host. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. And I am so excited about a new month and what we're doing here on Faith and Tea. We changed our platform a little bit for this month, and we are recognizing uh, Black business owners as we talk about Black history. And although that's maybe not the direction that this young lady's going to go, but she's going to tell us about her business. I've had the opportunity to watch her grow up. I met her as a teenager, and now she's not a teenager any longer. But she is a mother and a business owner and a wife and all of that type stuff. So I'm not going to tell her testimony, nor am I going to talk about her business. But I want to introduce to some and present to others none other than Miss Kia Hawkins. Good morning, lady. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, well, listen, the pleasure was mine. I happen to be going through. It's amazing how God works because I was thinking about bringing you on, and I happened to see you on someone else's podcast, and I say, no, I know her personally, so I'm
That's
definitely.
right.
I reached out to you, and you, without hesitation, said yes. So listen, I'm gonna move out of the way, as everybody knows on Inspirational Friday. Lady Kid, we don't do shout outs. Normally, I do shout outs on the other days, but on Fridays, what we do, we announce the church. We put in the chat the church that we're going to be going to, because regardless of whether it was an inspirational message or some knowledge or whatever the case, this is not your Sunday service. You still belong in the house of the Lord on this coming Sunday. So we want everybody to still continue to do what they do, but I want to give you an ample opportunity to share ever how the Lord leads you. The platform is yours. I'm getting ready to give you the full screen. I'll be in the background watching, so don't get nervous or anything. I got your back, but it's on you now. Go ahead.
Thank you again, Bishop Sweetley, for having me. Like you said, we've been knowing each other for a long time. And when you said you met me as a teenager, that really brought back memories because we met at Greater Grace, the phenomenal, outstanding
Yes.
Greater Grace, up under the phenomenal leadership of Bishop Walker and Lady Walker. I absolutely love that place. That place will always be home. I think when I met you, you only had maybe about 3 or 4 grandkids or something. It is just amazing to see how the family has grown. I know for a fact Sticks did not have any kids. Charlene only had one. So just to see your family just growing, and the fact that they're growing in the Lord is just
Who
a
who
beautiful
who
thing.
who is Sticks? Who's Sticks?
What y'all say, Greg Jr.?
I just popped in to let you, that I guess they would say Sticks. Who's Sticks? Yes, he's on actually.
That's how far we go back, right? Because I'm saying Sticks. Wait a minute. Is it Pastor Tweely? I'm not.
Yeah, he's a pastor now. Yes, he's, and the Lord
Yes, so
is
just
really working.
absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. Absolutely amazing. The foundation that you and your wife set for your children is a beautiful thing, and it's something that I will always admire. I think that when we met, of course, I did not have any children. So let me start there in introducing myself. I am the mother, very proud mother, of 2 beautiful young ladies. They are in middle school and high school now, 8th and 9th grade. So life just looks a lot different for us now as teenagers. My husband and I, we also have a little one on the way. So our little baby, our baby boy has 3 more months of baking before he gets
Amen.
here. Um, I completely thought I was done. And then I remarried, and my husband does not have any biological kids of his own. So it was only right that I gave him a child. And I'm so glad it's a son. um, as I said, me and my husband have been together for 10 years now. So I am the very proud mother and wife to James Hawkins. I take motherhood seriously. I take my role as a wife seriously. I always tell people that my home is my first ministry. I attend Grace Covenant. I'm sorry. I attend Grace Covenant Community Church up under the leadership of Tangela Bryant Brooks. Just an amazing ministry. Our motto is Grace Covenant Community Church, where love is shown to all. So I've been there approximately 8 years, and I'm just growing and just loving the Lord more than anything now. The reason why I'm here is I am the proud business owner of Intellectual Concepts of Georgia. So, what Intellectual Concepts of Georgia is, we are an agency that provides services to adults with developmental disabilities. So, when you think of developmental disabilities, you have to go along the lines of Down syndrome, you have to go along the lines of autism, ADHD, Asperger's disease. We do have individuals with traumatic brain injury. So a lot of some of our individuals actually were not born with developmental disabilities, but I had a girl who got in a car accident at 10 years old. She was hit by a drunk driver, which left her with a traumatic brain injury. So we do service individuals like that as well. We have different services that we provide. We do provide a day program Monday through Friday from 9 to 3. Transportation is provided within our services. We service all of Douglasville all the way to Ackworth. We have 4 different routes that start off early in the morning. As you can see, I'm already getting phone calls. But we have routes that start off early in the morning. We go to your home, we pick them up, we bring them back to the center, and then, of course, at the end of the day, we transport them back to your home. 3 days out of the week, we are in the community focusing on core skills. 3 days out the week, we are in the community. We're having field trips and outings. And in those outings, we do focus on skills such as community learning skills. They learn how to make purchases. They learn how to explore different areas in their community. We do bowling. We do the mall. We do museums. We do different parks. We do skating, whatever it is that they decide. I would say about 95% of our population is verbal. So we let them decide once a month. We all sit down together once a month and have a calendar of events that we talk about. So really all of our outings and stuff are based off what their input is. 2 days out the week, we're inside focusing on core skills. So those core skills are basically skills to help them to be more independent. We have people that are nonverbal. We have people that are lower functioning all the way up to higher functioning, and we just meet them where they are. Whatever their needs are, we meet them where they are and help them grow from there. So we have cooking class. We have classes where they learn how to fold, sort, and do laundry. We have classes where they learn how to sign, learn different languages. We are starting this new thing where we do travel around the world. And so they travel to all these different places. We pull up everything on the smart board. Let's just say we go to Mexico. They get them a Hispanic name. They learn the culture. They learn the language. And usually we'll do something like a dish or so to help them kind of get a feel of the culture. We're just very busy all the time with them. One thing about me is I hate idle time. I'll get into my story, but I used to be a support coordinator. So I would go to different day programs and monitor for compliance. And a lot of times people with disabilities, they will fool you. They are very, very smart. But they will if you let them get away with being lazy, not pushing them to their full potential, they will of course take advantage of it. So a lot of times when I will go to different programs, I will just see them sitting there in chairs, coloring, watching TV, watching movies. And we limit our movies to twice a month. Like I always tell myself that we do not provide a babysitting service, you know. So we challenge them. I don't like idle time. I don't like them just sitting. They're extremely smart, and we just push them, like I said, to their full potential. So we offer the day program. We offer a service called Respite. So Respite, believe it or not, is a service where parents can get a break from their child, from their loved one. So no matter what that looks like, we're available for them. If that looks like maybe the weekend, if that looks like that they're having burnout during the weekday, we provide that type of service where we can either offer service in our home or we'll go to their home to provide the service. Each person is different. Most of our individuals are very outgoing and like being on the go, and they like to come to our house, where we do have some individuals that are very true to their home and in their surroundings. So if that's the case, we will of course go and provide the service in their home. If it looks like I have a family that's from Nigeria, so a lot of times when they go to Africa, they'll stay for like a month or a month and a half, 2 months at a time. If that's what it looks like for them, we provide that service for long-term care too. The last service that we provide is a mentorship program on the weekends. It's a one-to-one service where we're out in the community with them, really focusing on them. It's very person-centered and their needs at the time. So whatever it is that they would like to do to learn things in their community, we're there for them for that as well. Our day program ranges from $90 to $125 a day, and it just really depends on the level of care that we need to provide. It also depends on the distance as well, because our office is located in Lithia Springs. And like I said, we travel all the way to Acworth on a daily basis. So it's $90 to $125 a day. Recently, I just started, not recently, I guess maybe within the last couple of years, I just added consultations to my services. So a lot of times people will meet me, or people that I've just known in the field are like, listen, I'm tired of working for someone else. I know I can do it for myself. And I kind of just hold their hand and just lead them the way in the things that they need to do to start their own business as well. A little bit about my journey. I actually started out in substance abuse. I ended up having my second daughter, and after I had my second daughter, they did not have anything left for me but the night shift when I came back to work. Well, I had a 1-year-old and a newborn, and I couldn't work a night shift. So they placed me into a day program for people with developmental disabilities. So I was there 2008, 2009. No. I was there. Yeah, that's right. 2008, 2009. I'm making $8 and $9 an hour. I wound up meeting the support coordinator, and she was the person who came to the day program that monitored for compliance. So I told her, I was like, hey, I'm in school right now for my master's. I'm getting ready to graduate. Do you have any leads or anything that I could do? She was like, you would be a great fit for as a support coordinator. So I say, okay, I go to apply for the job, just knowing 100% fact that I had the job, right? Because she put me on. I go and interview, and I do not get the job. And I just cried like a baby. And I remember contacting HR, asking them like, well, what was it that I did wrong? What is it that you guys are looking for? What are some ways that I can improve for the next time? And so they told me, they said I had everything that they were looking for, but it was almost like it was going to be a conflict of interest for them, because the day program that I was working at as a support coordinator, I would have to go back and and monitor them for compliance. So they thought that I was going to be a conflict of interest. And I just said, okay. Within maybe 3 months, they called me back for the position. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Within a year, I was hired on as a mentor. So I received a promotion. I got a promotion to be a mentor. And what a mentor is they're support coordinators that train new support coordinators that come into the field, right? So for the first 3 months, I was on every single caseload with each support coordinator. So I was able to learn a lot of different families in a lot of different areas. And so after that, I stayed there for 8 years. It was just a beautiful thing. I was able to work from home. I had the flexibility. I was just really good, right? So shortly after that, some of the day programs that I was going to monitor, they were asking me to come on to be a director. So I was like, well, I don't know, because just the convenience of always being able to work from home, being able to make my own schedule. I mean, I probably worked for like 2 weeks out the month. And so the convenience of it, I was like, no, my husband was like, try it out. So I did it. And here I am, 28 years old. I was making 6 figures. I was really working for every dime that I had, right? I was never home. My husband had to take care of like the household, really, because I was never home. I was just working all the time. I was stressed out. I started having like chest pains and stuff. And then the owner moved to France and just completely let me run the place, right? So I was like, wait a minute. I'm sitting here working on someone else's dream, literally, when I could do this on my own. And so I said that to my husband. And why did I do that? Because every single day he was like, you started the business plan, you did this, you did that, where are we at? You know, he was really holding me accountable. It stressed me out, but I'm so thankful for it to this day. So basically, I just developed a game plan, a strategic game plan to exit out, right? So I started my own business. I started off with 5 individuals. And today we are almost at 50. We've been in business this year for going on 5 years. So people always ask me, was the road easy? It definitely was not easy. In the beginning, with my 5 individuals, I was working 7 days out the week. 7 days straight for like a year and a half. And people will always tell me like, oh, well, you know, you're newly wed and stuff. You need to have time for your husband. You need to have time for your family. But I'm a person that's very goal oriented. Like I get laser focused. I was very just zoned in on my goals. That's one good thing, one good trait that I can say I always had. And I'm so glad that my husband understood the assignment. He used to always tell me like that it was just temporary, you know. So I'm so glad that he understood the assignment. So either way it go, for a year and a half, I worked for 7 days straight. And then as things started to pick up, I started hiring other staff. Luckily, I was able to hire within. I was able to hire family. And so now today I have an amazing, amazing group of women that work with me, that stand tall with me, stand strong with me every single day. We literally do this day in and day out. You know, they know my expectations, and all of them know what I've been through to get here, you know, and they respect that. So I'm just very thankful for that. I always tell people that some of the struggles that I deal with now is just being the youngest person, the youngest CEO for one in this field. Not only am I the youngest, I am an African American and I am a female. So I always tell my staff that our standards have to be top notch. Our quality of care has to be top notch, because all eyes are on us. You know, people are looking at us a lot different. Another thing is a lot of agencies like this, they're corporations. They have different people backing them up. The county has an organization like this. It's just me. you know. So that's another pressure as well. I always have been a good steward of my money, so I've always been a saver and everything else. I've always been one to just keep my priorities at a high level, because I know that if it's just me, and if anything goes wrong, if anything happens, it's just me. I don't have anyone backing me up. I started in the middle of COVID. I didn't have a PPP loan. I didn't have any type of loan, any type of handout, So I am really the definition of a person that actually got it out the mud, right? So today things look a little bit different for me. Just like I said, I do have a wonderful group of people that stand tall with me every single day. I don't have to go into the office or anything every day. I go maybe around once or twice out the week. Every single day, my mornings start off very, very intentional. I just love this platform. I've spoken to a lot of different people, but I love a platform like this because I always tell people I'm so heavy on God. Just as loud as I am with my wins, I'm even louder when it comes down to who I have to give the credit to. All the credit goes to God. I couldn't do any of this without him. Even when I was waiting on you guys to come on the startup, I was praying, saying, God, let something that I say minister to your people. Less of me and more of you, because God gets the glory for all of this. I always try to encourage young people that whatever it is, to go after your dreams. I remember when I first started, mind you, like I said, I had a career where I was 28 years old prior to COVID, making six figures, So I had people close to me saying, like, is this something that you really want to do? You really need to think about this. This is a gamble, like you're going to be leaving a good paying job. Really what they were saying was a career, but it was a job for me because I knew that I was getting nickels compared to what the owner was getting, So now I'm really walking into my purpose, and I always just minister to people to say that if you feel like you have a calling to be an entrepreneur, go to God. Ask him for clarity, get on a fast, really get in your prayer closet so you can get some clear answers on what it is that you have to do. I also tell people that I got to where I am just pure grit, grind, and God in my faith. If you don't do well on a 9 to 5, please don't try to be an entrepreneur. I'm sorry. It's not for the weak. I tell people that as an entrepreneur, my mindset is I'm always in shark territory. Always. You either sink or swim, and I'm coming out swimming every single time. I'm coming out on top, So make sure you have a game plan. Make sure you're very strategic about the things that you're doing. Make sure you're just not leaving your job, or leaving whatever it is that you're doing to think that this lifestyle is just glitter and glam. It's definitely not like that. There are definitely going to be hard times. There are definitely going to be sleepless nights, and you really just have to stay focused on your end goal. Let me see. A lot of times I speak with families, even if I'm in the grocery store, I can be anywhere. If I see someone I can see autism a mile away, right? Sometimes autism doesn't have necessarily a look, right? But I tell people all the time, like, I'm really the GOAT in this field, and I train my staff to be the exact same way. So I can see things a mile away. And a lot of times I will encounter African Americans, and once again, I deal with adults. So I will encounter them, and they will come to me wanting my services with nothing in place, right? So Oftentimes, I go to schools, I speak at resource fairs, I speak at community events, wherever I'm invited to, or just like I said, even if I have an encounter with someone to say, do you have the proper things in place for when your child graduates? Because if you have a developmental disability, you can stay in high school until 22. That's when you age out. Do you have the right resources in place for when that child graduates that you can just flow? Right? A lot of times people come to me and they don't know anything about services, they don't know anything about next steps. And oftentimes I don't blame them, because as African Americans, sometimes we just don't know. We don't know what resources and stuff are available. And our counterparts, they have their own circles. They've been having therapies and having other around other people that go through the same thing, and they connect and they exchange information. It's not always like that with us as African Americans, you know. So I always make sure to tell people, hey, listen, here's my card. Even if you don't use my services, just use me as a resource, you know, because there's so much available. And by the time you get to me, you're stressed out, you are still having to work, your child is just now aging out of school, and you just don't know the next steps. Then I have to help you apply for services, which is the Medicaid waiver, and you're going to be on the waiting list for at least a year and a half. So once again, our day program starts, our prices are $90 to $125 a day. Now I'm charging you $125 a week for self-pay, because I don't do this for the money. You know, of course it pays our bills and everything else, but I know for a fact that this is my calling. I know for a fact that this is what I've been placed on this earth to do, to help people. So now here I am helping you, you know, until you can get services in place. And I'm so thankful, and I'm so much aware that this is my calling, that I know for a fact that as soon as I make the wrong move, or as soon as I neglect this gift that I have, I know for a fact God will strip it away. That's why I'm very big um, on just doing the right thing, doing right by people, keeping my hands clean at all times, you know, because I know that this is a gift. This is a gift. You know, God has entrusted me with his people. So I'm very big on that. I'm very big on training my staff. Just like I said, a lot of my staff are family members. So they came in helping me. They have a desire to help, they have a desire to serve, but a lot of them were not really knowledgeable about autism, about how to decrease and de escalate behaviors, you know. So I'm big on doing trainings as well with my staff. Um, so just like I said, I'm just glad that I can be an inspiration to other people. I never knew that little old me could have an impact on the lives of others, people that I don't even know. You know, I 100% wholeheartedly understand that we make an impact of the lives of the people that we service. But people will send me emails, they will send me text messages, they will be in my DM saying like, yeah, you know, I saw what you were doing, I'm proud of you. And I'm just like, I'm just doing what I'm passionate about. I'm just doing what God called me to do, you know? So I'm very intentional about speaking to audiences, speaking to people, letting them know that, hey, if God brought me through, if God put me on top, then he can do it for you as well.
Listen, I was sitting here as you was talking, and I was smiling and grinning like, look, like you my own daughter. Because I basically, like I say, I met you as a teenager, and I watched, even the little circle that you were a part of, and how you all worked together, even back then. And one of the things I kept hearing you saying, assignment. And I kept hearing you talk about God and this, that, and the other. And I just marvel at, because here's the thing. A lot of times what happens is we don't know, and by the time we find out about something, we're already 8, 9, 10 steps behind. you know the frustration has already set in. And
Exactly.
so, to be able to I wrote down ministry. That's a ministry. And one thing about phenomenal outreach and this platform here, it was always about outside the four walls of the church, because a lot of times we get so caught up in what's going on in the church. And yes, we know that we need church. I heard you recognize your pastor, my pastor. Yes, Bishop Greg has a pastor. Yes, and he popped on Bishop.
Everyone needs a covering.
Yeah, yes, that's it. Eugene Taylor, and just in being under him, I've been able to see the world. Amen, somebody. But listening to you, like I say, I was so. I mean, I'm like a proud dad. I'm sitting here, just grinning. But the wealth of knowledge just in this short period. One of the comments that came in is from my churches over in Kenya, Africa. And he said, Bishop, I need to get in contact with her to see if she can do some type of mentorship program. And so you never know how God opens up doors for you. I thank once again for you coming on. I'm actually going to broadcast this again at noon. And then I'm going to pull some. I'm gonna have my media team pull some things out and hit the Instagrams and this, that, and the other, because the Bible lets us know that the people perish because of the lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge.
And
Yeah.
and sometimes we, as our own people, are our worst enemies, because we try to shield something that we don't have to shield. You know what I'm saying? Having a child with a disability, or even a parent or a loved one with a disability, is not your fault. Even in the Bible, sometimes it says, "Well, who sinned?" It ain't always about a sin. But then God puts people in your life for a reason. And so I thank you this morning for coming on. I'm just so super proud of you, and yes, we're definitely praying on that little boy. You
Thank
did your
you.
man right. You did your man right. And look how God looked out. His first child is gonna be a boy. Amen. Somebody.
Yes,
So he
yes,
don't have to worry about getting taken advantage of in the house with all women. I'll leave that
yes.
alone, though. But listen, and we didn't do this. I'm gonna, at the end, when we get ready to get off, you gave me a video, so I'm gonna show that at
Yes,
the
I
end.
did.
But once again, give them the name of your business, and maybe how they could contact with you, because we don't know who's going to see this, and it might be
Exactly.
someone in the local area that I just believe that God, because He's in control, and I know when I do this platform, I'm always recognizing Him. And so, it wasn't by chance, it wasn't by coincidence. This was definitely ordained for today for you to be on here. But tell us how we can get in touch with you. And like I say, we're going to be broadcasting this a number of times, so that others that maybe not on it right now will see it later. I appreciate you so much. I continue to pray success. I prophesy over you that you'll be opening up another location. All you have to do is tell the Lord when you want to do it. I believe that God has ordained you for this particular ministry, and I continue to pray that your family and everyone that comes in hands, everybody that touches with you, that they will prosper, all because of you. And so God bless you. But let us know how we can reach you. I'm going to close out at this time. Listen, as I said, this wasn't no Sunday message or anything. Show up on church on Sunday. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna do your video at the end. I'm gonna let you close us out, okay?
Okay, so once again, my name is Kia Hawkins. The business that I own is Intellectual Concepts of Georgia. We are located at 560 Thornton Road, Suite 112, Lithia Springs, Georgia, 30122. We do have a Facebook page where you can see a lot of our content from our individuals at Intellectual Concepts of Georgia. And you also can look at our website, ICOG Nation, that's ICOG Nation.com. And feel free to reach out to me, DM me on Facebook, Kia Hawkins. Reach out to me in email, icognation@gmail.com. And I will always tell people I am an open resource. To God be the glory, but I'm very knowledgeable of the skills and supports and stuff needed for this field. So if you have any questions, any concerns, any way that you need to think of for funding, please reach out to me. And thank you so much again for having me. I appreciate you, Bishop Tweely. And listen, I admire you for still pushing even through tragedy. Some people, not everyone is able to do something like that. We all go through hardships and everything, but you kept pushing. You understood the assignment. So I'm appreciative of you. And please let me know if you would like for me to come on again or help anyone else out.
Yes. Oh, definitely. This definitely was not the first or the last time. I will definitely be bringing you back in. I do want to say, and this is not addressed to you, but my pastor Fred just reminded me in the chat. You all keep Hope is her name. One of my children over in Africa that has leukemia. She's in the hospital right now, needing blood transfusions. And on Monday, I'm gonna ask all of you all to come back on Monday and sow a seed so that we can assist. The thing that we have to understand, here we are, I'll go back to you, here we are talking about in the States, funding and things like that. Well, over there, we have to actually pay for everything. And the Lord has blessed, going back to what we're talking about assignments, that is my assignment. The Lord is blessed that I oversee 5 churches over there and other churches that's wanting to come under our umbrella. But we understand that because of that, we have to also be able to help sponsor and fund a lot of things. And so when God puts something in your heart or puts something on you, it's our obligation to do it. And as you showed us this morning, he will make a way. He will, I ain't telling your business, but I'm looking behind you. I see vases and stuff up on the shelves behind you and everything. So we know God is good and look, and you ain't driving no hoopty and all that type stuff. So we know that when you stay in the hand of God, that He will do His part.
Exactly.
He will do His part. So listen, I appreciate you. Yes, I appreciate you so much. I'm going to show this short video of what you sent me. Listen, give your family all I love, and we'll continue to pray, and we will stay in touch. God bless.
God bless you.
Did you like the pig in the blanket?